Just like almost anybody who rides a motorcycle these days, I've been looking for a better way to keep a GoPro on my helmet. And there's a whole bunch of problems with having a GoPro on a helmet. Usually weight is a problem. When you've got the camera hanging off the side, it adds a big weight to the side of the helmet. You can feel it when you turn your head. If the thing's off the side or up on top, you'll end up with branches catching it, and it'll really wrench your neck around. So really wanted to stay away from that. And the best thing I'd come up with so far was actually just putting a mount, sticking it on the side of the chin bar. Well, problem is you can't get the GoPro off very easily if you want to film somebody else or something when you're on the trail. And then the GoPro stuck to your helmet for a whole race. And that's, if it's a very long day, maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe you don't care about the GoPro, hanging off your head. Maybe it doesn't bother you. But to me, I'd rather take it off when I'm done. So what this is the Dango Designs Gripper GoPro mount. And it's a little clamp. It kind of clamps onto anything, but it's really made to fit on the front of your helmet. And it grips pretty well. Used it a couple times now. The camera pretty much points where you're looking, and it's right in front of your mouth, so you can hear me talk, which is is good and bad. Sometimes I say pretty dumb things when I'm riding, and when I crash, you can always hear it. So it's great for that. It's great for stopping and maybe clipping the camera to a tree, or using the mount as a stand to get some third-person footage. The downside of clamping it to your helmet is you can't look down if you wear a neck brace. And if you don't wear a neck brace, I feel like the clamp part behind the hinge would kind of hurt as it funks into your sternum or your collarbone every time you look down. And certainly in a crash, I wouldn't want that much force in one place. Of course, the thing will move if you really smack it hard enough, but if you bang your head straight down, the force direction's not in a place that's going to make it move. So some good and bad. They're about 45 or 50 bucks. You can buy them just as the mount, or you can buy it as a kit with the mount and a couple of these straight line connectors. So I went ahead and bought the kit since I didn't have any of those. You can see I've got one on there now. So it's got a pretty stiff spring, which you can do one-handed, but it takes decent grip. It's got some teeth in it. They are rubberized. It's not going to cut into your helmet or anything like that. They're plastic, and the gray is a rubber, fairly soft rubber material. So you can kind of see those, they deform a little bit. But the way this is designed to work is you clamp it onto the front of a helmet like that, and then you have your mount. And it works really well. It keeps it out of your line of sight. The camera's low. Low is good for field of view. It's what you really want to make the video not seem slow and to give a little bit more depth to the terrain. It helps prevent hills from getting flattened out, that kind of thing. I never noticed it causing a problem with airflow, but I'm not a super hard breather. It does cover up the front vent in the helmet. It stays there pretty well. Over time, it can walk down a little bit in really rough terrain, so I did have to keep an eye on it some. I did have it walk off to the side once, but I think I banged it into a branch and didn't realize it. The thing that I don't care for is it does hang down from the bottom of the helmet, and I wear a Liat neck brace all the time, riding big bikes, little bikes, everything. And that hits the neck brace. But when I sit, I can look down. Just to give you an idea, my eyesight is straight at the top of this windshield. And that's as far down as I can look. So when you're riding standing, you don't notice at all. I've never had a problem with it hitting. Good thing about it not actually being stuck to your helmet with the mount is if you do snag it on something, it'll just move. It's not going to wrench your neck around the same way. You can see there's a little spring on it, and that little spring turns. So you can push in And there you go, 90 degrees, right? You can see that took a fair bit of force. You're not going to do that by accident. And it really, you know, I can wiggle it while it's sitting here. You don't notice it in video. You just got to keep that arm length short, which the beauty of a flexible mount like this is it allows you to keep that arm length short so the camera's not going to bounce around. Cool product. I paid for this. They don't sponsor me or anything like that. So unbiased review. There's not any conflict of interest there. It's pretty cool. I'd buy it again. So that's the Dango Gripper Mount.